Hello everyone, hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, we're going to explore a quiet but powerful story about love that survives even when memories are lost. A place where two hearts find each other again on an old wooden bridge. Can care and connection bring back what time has taken away? If you find this story meaningful, don't forget to hit subscribe so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. The old wooden bridge stretches quietly over what is now only a shallow stream. The water beneath it moves slowly, barely a whisper compared to the rushing current it once had. Tu Diem stops in the middle of the bridge, her steps hesitant, as if the place itself is asking her to slow down. She takes a breath, then another, before turning to Toan. Her voice trembles as she begins to speak, not because of the cold, but because of the weight of the memories pressing against her chest. "This is where we found each other again," she says softly. She doesn't rush her words. Instead, she tells him everything, carefully, as if laying down pieces of a fragile story that could shatter if handled too roughly. She talks about the day she went into the mountains to gather bamboo shoots, how the path was slippery after the rain, how one wrong step sent her tumbling into a ravine. She was hurt, disoriented, unable to find her way back. Fear set in as the forest grew quieter, darker. She called his name until her throat burned, not knowing if he could hear her. Toan listens without interrupting. His face remains calm, but behind his eyes something stirs. As she continues, a dull ache forms in his head, pulsing just behind his temples. Tu Diem tells him how he searched for her non-stop, ignoring exhaustion and danger, how he refused to leave the mountain even when others told him it was too late. She describes the moment they finally saw each other again, right here on this very bridge. She had limped toward him, tears blurring her vision, and he had run, dropping everything, pulling her into his arms as if afraid she might disappear again. Then, without hesitation, he carried her all the way home on his back. As she speaks, Toan's brow tightens. A sharp pain shoots through his head, sudden and intense. For a brief second, an image flashes through his mind, someone running toward him, breathless, desperate. It's gone almost as quickly as it appears, leaving behind only confusion and a deeper ache. Tu Diem reaches for his hand. Her fingers are cold, but her grip is steady. Tears slip silently down her cheeks. "This bridge means so much to me," she whispers, "because I found you here." Toan looks around slowly, the worn wooden planks beneath his feet, the quiet stream below, the trees swaying gently in the wind. It all feels strangely familiar, yet distant. Emotions rise inside him without names. There's regret for something important he knows he's lost, a hollow space where memories should be. But there's also warmth, unexpected and undeniable, in knowing that she's still here, standing beside him, holding his hand. Later, the apple hill stretches out before them, glowing green beneath the pale winter sun. The air is crisp, biting at their skin, but the sight of the orchard feels alive, almost cheerful. Together, they move between the trees, harvesting ripe white apples that gleam softly against the leaves. Tu Diem's mood shifts here. She becomes lighter, more animated. She shows him how to choose the best fruit, tapping gently on the apples, explaining which ones are ready and which need more time. Toan listens closely, nodding, trying to remember every detail. He takes the basket from her when it grows too heavy, frowning slightly as he watches her shoulders tense under the weight. "Let me carry it," he says. "You'll get tired." She looks at him, surprised for a moment, then smiles. Her heart feels full in a way she can't quite explain. He remembers nothing, not the hill, not the apples, not the countless days they spent working side by side. And yet his concern feels familiar, like a memory trying to breathe again through instinct rather than thought. They pause beneath one of the trees and split an apple to taste it. There's a small wormhole near the core, and Tu Diem laughs when she sees it. The fruit isn't perfect, but it's sweet, juice dripping down their fingers. Their laughter echoes across the hill, light and unguarded, carried away by the wind. "I want to go with you to help," Toan says suddenly, almost to himself. Every time. The words surprise him as much as they surprise her. Tu Diem studies his face, searching for something, recognition, memory, anything. She doesn't find it. But she does find sincerity. And that's enough. The winter wind cuts through their clothes, sharp and relentless. Yet the warmth of working together, of sharing simple moments, pushes the cold aside. The contrast is striking. Harsh weather against gentle joy, aching chill against quiet happiness. It makes the moment feel fragile, precious, like something that should be held carefully. They keep working until the baskets are full, until their hands are red from the cold, and their breath forms small clouds in the air. Neither of them complains. Neither of them wants the moment to end. When they finally head back down the hill, the weight of the apples feels lighter somehow. Not because the load has changed, but because they're carrying it together. The market comes into view long before they reach it. Even from a distance, the sound carries, voices overlapping, vendors calling out prices, the clatter of baskets, the hum of people moving with purpose. By the time they step inside, the air feels alive, buzzing with energy that contrasts sharply with the quiet of the apple hill they just left behind. Tu Diem moves easily through the narrow aisles, her basket balanced on her arm as if she's done this 1,000 times before, which, in truth, she has. She greets familiar vendors with a nod or a quick smile, already slipping into the rhythm of selling. Her voice turns bright and clear as she calls out to passing customers, lifting apples to show their size and freshness. "These are sweet," she says confidently. "Just picked this morning." People stop. Some hesitate. Others step closer, drawn by her warmth as much as the fruit itself. Apples sell quickly. Hands reach in from all sides. Coins clink against the scale. Plastic bags rustle as they're filled and passed along. The pace is fast, almost overwhelming. Toan sits slightly to the side, on a low stool near the stall. He doesn't speak much. Instead, he watches. His eyes follow Tu Diem as she moves, measuring, weighing, smiling, thanking. There's something grounding about seeing her like this, steady and capable, completely in her element. Even amid the noise and chaos, she seems calm, focused. Every now and then, their eyes meet. She gives him a small smile, the kind that doesn't need words. He returns it, feeling a quiet sense of belonging he can't explain. Customers continue to crowd in, eager not to miss out. Someone jokes about buying the last basket. Another complains playfully about the price while still handing over money. Tu Diem laughs along, never losing her patience. Before Toan realizes it, the baskets are empty. She exhales, long and satisfied.
Câu chuyện kể về Từ Diễm và Toàn khi họ tìm kiếm tình yêu trong bóng tối của những ký ức đã mất trên một cây cầu gỗ cũ. Từ Diễm kể lại khoảnh khắc họ tìm thấy nhau khi cô bị thương, hy vọng những lời nói của mình có thể đánh thức điều đó trong Toàn. Dù ký ức của anh vẫn còn rời rạc, những mảnh cảm xúc bắt đầu trỗi dậy. Cùng nhau họ hái táo trên một ngọn đồi, mùa đông yên tĩnh và sẻ chia tiếng cười, công việc giản dị và sự chăm sóc thầm lặng nhưng vô cùng quen thuộc. Tại khu chợ nhộn nhịp, Từ Diễm bán táo và ân cần chăm sóc Toàn. mua cho anh những đôi giày và tất ấm áp. Những cơn gió lạnh, đám đông ồn ào và những ký ức phai nhạt. Sự tận tâm bền bỉ của cô trở thành nguồn ấm áp. Câu chuyện nhấn mạnh các tình yêu không chỉ được ghi nhớ mà còn được xây dựng lại thông qua những khoảnh khắc đời thường. Sự kiên nhẫn và hành động lặng lẽ, lựa chọn nhau một lần nữa.